Okay, so we have no idea what optimal functioning of a human is, but we're far from it. 1 out of 2.5 of us in this room will get cancer in our lifetime. That's sad. That's tragic. And what's even more tragic is 98% of you will go out of this room and plant some more seeds. Anyway, so there's that group of mammals, and those carnivores, there's something akin to a carnivore. It's a cousin. It's called a scavenger. These are hyenas and jackals. They like to eat corpses, much like you and I, right? The only difference between them and us is that these hyenas and jackals still have instinct. And so they don't eat the corpse after 72 hours. We, being devoid of instinct, we slaughter an animal and it gets stiff. We can't eat it, we'll break our teeth, so we hang it up for 96 hours and allow it to decay, but we don't call it decay, we call it aging. Just like we call it health insurance instead of disease insurance, we call it life insurance instead of death insurance. We do all those things, that's what we do. We're really good at fooling ourselves, aren't we? The truth is, it's a decayed corpse. So we take this piece of decayed corpse home. Can you eat it? No, you stick it in the oven. Pull it out of the oven. Can you eat it? No, you put salt, pepper, and A1 steak sauce on it. So we not only do not eat the food of the carnivore, we do not eat the food of the scavenger, we eat the food of the maggot. Can't imagine why we get sick, can you? Now listen, the other group of mammals is called elephants, rhinos, hippos, giraffes, horses, cows, gorillas, bonobos. Jaws move horizontally as well as vertically, full cheeks, full lips, alkaline saliva, long digestive tracts. And we don't pant, except on honeymoons. We sweat. Okay, so, my time's running out. Anyway, this group was designed by nature for a plant-based diet. Even if you don't want that to be true, it's true. Even if you don't want to believe if you step off a building you're going to fly, you won't. You're going to fall at 32 feet per second squared. Okay, that's just the way it is. Now, all the energy. Now remember, we're talking about energy exchange. When someone gets old and finally dies, what happens? If they run out of energy. Now, all the energy on this planet comes from the sun. Captured by plants, and as you know, all transfers of energy, you lose 90% and you remain 10%. So the plants capture and keep 10% of that energy, that solar energy. They grow up 300 feet tall, they live 2,000 years. That's pretty impressive. Okay, the next longest lived and most powerful creatures on the planet are the ones that eat the plants. Elephants, rhinos, hippos. Do you think the king of beasts, the lion, attacks a healthy rhino? No. Healthy elephant? No. Okay. So, how about longevity? All the vertically moving carnivores live 15 years. Horses, 28 to 40 years. Elephants, 60 to 90 years. Chimps, 55 years. Okay, so the animals that eat the plants live the longest. How about endurance? Cheetahs run 70 miles an hour for how long? 3 minutes. Horses run all day, every day. Endurance, longevity, strength, intelligence all go to the plant eaters. And guess what? The animals that eat the animals don't eat the animals that eat the animals. Lions eat zebras. Why? Better quality flesh. Who wants to be better quality flesh? All right? So, it's actually real simple. And guess what? We are the only organism on the planet that thermally degenerates our food before ingesting it. Okay, nature made tomatoes, not tomato sauce. Apples, not applesauce. In fact, apples were baked to perfection by the sun. Okay? So if you understand that very simple thing, that by living in this urban, artificial environment, which only leads to, look, go to the mall, go to any street in America and look around, what do you see? All you see is sickness. Okay? It's because of this artificiality. Our only connection, if you're going to continue to live in this artificial environment, is to eat the food the way nature designed it. If you take a potato And you know those potato clocks? You put in two, it's got two prongs. It works. The potato has life. You bake that potato, it doesn't work. It's dead. Now, if we're eating for energy exchange, how much energy can you get from a corpse? Not a lot unless you are a maggot. Is that what the Marines meant when they called each other maggots? Anyway, the point is that, and I've got 1 minute left, so, okay. The point is that to maintain health and vigor, we have to eat according to our natures. And if we eat according to our natures, we can then achieve optimal functioning. And optimal functioning easily overcomes cancer, easily overcomes anything. You know, the average 60-year-old adult has had cancer 5-6 times in their life that they have overcome. Okay, they didn't know it. Okay. So cancer is not a big deal. Diabetes is just an eating disorder. Diabetes type 2, is an eating disorder. How do I know? Because I've had people who were scheduled for amputation on insulin have normal blood sugars within a week. There's a movie that just came out. It used to be called Raw for 30 Days. I don't know what it is. It was done down in Patagonia, Arizona, where they took diabetics from around the country, put them on raw, vegan diets, and it went away. But don't you need protein? I don't know. Next time you're at the zoo, I want you to tap an elephant on the shoulder and say, "Excuse me, man, where'd you get your protein?" Or if you see any horses, ask them where they got their protein. How'd they get so strong? Okay, do you need a middleman? No. Okay. So the truth is we don't need, how much protein do we have? Do we need? Well, let's go back to when we were babies. When we were babies, we were helpless, but our bodies had to double and triple. Even adolescents don't double and triple. You don't go from 4 feet to 8 feet. But babies double and triple. How do they do that? With milk. Okay, mammals are born helpless. They need milk. Okay? So carnivores have 29-30% protein in their milk. Horses 23%, cows 15%, chimps 7-8%. We have 3-5%. So at the time in our lives when our protein needs are maximum, nature says we need 3-5% of our calories to be protein. Broccoli is 35% protein. Asparagus, 32% protein. Dead cows are only 26% protein. Potatoes are 8% protein. How many doctors have ever admitted anybody with a disease called Kwashiorkor's disease or marasmus in this country? Those are diseases of protein malnourishment. You cannot get it in this country unless you're eating only Twinkies. But no, that happens. So perhaps maybe even Twinkies you can't do it. The point is we are either the most highly evolved or the pinnacle of creation. We don't need a lot of amino acids. Anyway, my time is up, isn't it? Okay. So anyway, I could go on because the beauty is you know all this stuff. And I just want you to realize that the cure comes from within. It never comes from without. You cannot buy a cure, but you can earn your health. Thank you.